Hello guys, welcome to Focus on Streets, and my name is Abisola. So today we are going to be talking about the value added tax, also known as VAT, that has been increased from 5% to 7.2%. And we are going to be asking people what their view about it is. Is it actually a good move or a bad one? And what do they think the effects of it will be on the economy? Enjoy! What do you think about it?
Yeah, contrary to most people's belief, I think that actually it's something good by the federal government, because looking at the economic indices, the economy has been growing by a little over 1.5% for the past few quarters, and it's quite known that this country is a country in poverty. But most people don't. I think most people believe that this VAT that is going to affect the prices will increase, but it's just a minute, just 2.5%. You can't even tell the difference. Imagine buying something on 100 naira, 2.5%, just like 2 naira 50 kobo. It doesn't really make much difference. Is that what is going to make Nigerians suffer? I don't know, but I think it's good. At least going to increase the revenue for the government.
You think it's good? Well, please can you give us your home address so that Nigerians can come and visit you? You think about the newly increased value added tax? What do you think the effect will be on the economy?
Okay. Well, basically, we expect that every tax system should actually add, the profile of the economy in terms of how it gets to the government and how the government gets to use it. Unfortunately, you cannot. We are in a system in Nigeria where we are really not so sure of how this money is going to be used by the system itself. How it gets down to development. We always talk about growth and true inflation and likes, but the thing is, how does that get to the main common man? So one cannot really predict what is going to happen with that with the increment in the VAT, and but one cannot actually look at it also from another perspective. If the main policy institutions that we have in the system, say FIRS and the likes, are able to optimize the use of these taxes wisely, we might actually get something more beneficial to the common man in the country than we are thinking about right now. So I think it's, by and large, we can actually say, if it's well managed, okay, we can actually get a very, very good positive yield from it.
It is well managed. Thank you very much, sir, for your God. You're so gorgeous. So you know about value added tax, right?
Yes, I do.
And the fact that it has been increased recently. So what do you think? What effect do you think is going to have on the economy generally?
To me, my own perspective is a very, very bad decision to make for the government to make. It's so bad because definitely it's going to make almost all the commodities unaffordable for people. So it's not too cool. It's just a very bad one. Just a very bad one. I wish they could have a rethink about it. Seriously.
You're going to make the prices of things increase, and you wish they could have a rethink. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Welcome back, guys. This is Focus on Streets, and my name is Abisola. We've listened to what different people think about value added tax, and basically value added tax is a consumption tax levied on goods and services. So what's your view about it?
Yeah, it's very wrong for the federal government to think of such at this present moment, considering the rate of unemployment, considering the rate of graduates that are jobless, and with what government is doing, that is in the way they are wish-hunting people that are trying to, say things that could really benefit the country. I don't think it's necessary at this time. And for your information, in some, viable countries, countries with viable economy that has tried such in the past, I'm talking of Russia, Japan. In fact, what they are going through now, they are regretting that such was, done in their country. So if countries like that could be regretting it, I don't see the reason why Nigeria should think that's what is next. for us to do at this present moment. So it's not good at all.
Thank you very much. What do you understand by value-added tax?
Value added tax. Well, value added tax is actually the tax or levy imposed by the government on goods and services.
Wow. Okay, so it has recently been increased, and what do you think the effect of it will be on the economy? Do you think it's a good idea or a bad one?
Okay, talking from an economist perspective, I feel it's actually not a good idea to increase this from 5%, I think, to about 7.2% or 7.2%, because it's actually going to affect the purchasing power in the economy. Currently now, with the inflation rate being a 2-digit inflation and our tax at 5%, the purchasing power is actually low. So them increasing this tax now without actually increasing the wage rates or increasing the level of expenditure they're spending is a bad idea. I feel they should just, instead of them increasing the value added tax, they should find more ways of taking this 5%, because this 5% now, the way they receive this tax is actually very, very poor. Because some of this tax does not end up getting to the government. Instead of them increasing it, they try to collect what they have as now than increasing the tax to 2.2%. Because if they don't mend their ways, even this 7.2 will not make any difference.
Okay, so you heard about the increments in the value-added tax. What do you think? Is it a good idea or a very bad one? What do you think about it?
I think it will do more harm than good, because I don't see the reason why they are actually increasing it. The other means, I think, is to actually get funds, something like that. So, and I feel the other means, I heard our senators are collecting really huge salary. Maybe they could, maybe they could do something about that first. You get. So I see no reason why they should increase VAT, because they are not doing anything for us. The place I stay in Lagos, I've been living there for like 20-something years, and they haven't for once started that road. So I don't see. To me, it's not really fair on us. So I don't know why they are doing that. So
Value-added tax has been increased from 5% to 7.2%. Do you think it's a good idea, and what effect do you think it will have on the economy?
Tax increase is never a good idea, actually, because as the way Nigeria is now, they are telling us that there's no money, but from what we've been hearing, and from the, how will I put it, from the body language of the government, it seems like they are just embezzling it. Buhari's government is not transparent enough. So we know there's money, but we don't know how they are spending it. And they're increasing taxes, which means it will be difficult for the common Nigerian to buy goods. Like, say, a 2.2% increase in value-added tax now. I'm imagining that the price of national commodities will increase, like bread and this thing, maybe like 10 naira or 20 naira, but slowly those kind of things add up.
My name is Salau Jumoke, a Part 4 student of Management and Accounting, and also Tax Club OAU member. VAT. What is VAT? VAT, value-added tax. Value-added tax is a tax paid on goods and services. VAT was introduced by the federal government of Nigeria, and it is provided for in Value-Added Tax Decree 102 of 1993, which became effective in 1994, and it requires all people who purchase VATable goods and services to pay 5% of the goods they are buying. 5% of goods and services. Okay. The benefit of VAT, it helps the federal government to generate revenue. It helps them to generate revenue. Then it also a neutral tax, which is imposed on different types of business. Also, VAT is easy to manage. It's very, very easy to manage. Okay, of recent, a bill was passed in the House that the government should increase the rates on VAT, that is from 5% to 7.2%. Okay, and also to strike a balance, also the government also passed into bill some days, not quite long, that the minimum wage should increase from 19,800 to 30,000. Okay, I believe this VAT increment and also the minimum wage increment is going to really help people. It's going to really help us. Only if government used the money generated from these VATs to meet the basic needs of people and also to provide the basic amenities which people need. I believe it's going to really help. It's going to really help people when government increases it.
One of the advantages of increasing value-added tax is that there will be an increase in the revenue available to the government, and of course the disadvantage will be reduction in the purchasing power of consumers. We can't really say either it's a good policy or a bad one till 2020. Let's just sit, watch, and keep our fingers crossed. Thank you. This is Focus on Street, and my name is Abisola Adigun. Bye bye.